what I really see a difference in is how I show up, basically. I'm getting more calm, definitely. Being able to have that chance to experience speaking to groups, and definitely finding a lot of the insecurities that I had around speaking like that with groups is kind of fallen away. I mean, you create such a beautiful, safe space that it really allows you to get into that settled place that's, you know, within us all. I do work with groups now as well. I do a lot of work on Zoom calls with groups, and the difference is just unbelievable, because even when the nerves beforehand, I would have got that like a wave of sickness at the thoughts of, you know, facilitating the group. When that thought comes now, it just doesn't seem to move me the same way. It doesn't affect me the same way, and I find I can show up differently, more confident and more trusting of myself, because I see in our groups that I've been able to do it. I think probably the biggest change in me is definitely I'm a calmer version of myself. I don't take things so personally anymore. I'm not moved by things quite so much as I used to be before. I definitely find that what I knew up sort of intellectually and in theory about the three principles, about non-duality, about all of the different modalities that I've kind of been learning over the years, that it's like I definitely feel like I've embodied them now. I present myself differently in the world, is how I would describe it. How I show up to as a mother, as a wife, as a friend. I just have such a better understanding of people and a compassion for where they're at. Yeah, and I'm definitely not moved, as I said. Like, I would have been a very reactionary person, and I cared so much about what other people thought about me, and about, you know, very much a people pleaser. And I can really see how I'm letting those behaviors go. I'm seeing through the behaviors beyond sort of what created them, how the conditions of my childhood, if you like. I don't worry about the future the way I used to. I don't worry about my children the way I used to. I know that they have everything inside them they need to go out and achieve and do whatever they want in the world. I don't have to be so protective and, you know, sort of preparing them for the worst case scenarios anymore. So yeah, definitely calmer. I feel freer, and just, yeah, much more peaceful. Yeah, I suppose I hadn't really thought about that part kind of too much, but yeah, I find I'm more comfortable in my own skin, if that makes sense, and just more at ease, more peaceful, for sure. Yeah, so for, again, my work with yourselves on the one-to-ones has been really good for getting my website sort of cleaning up my website. It was very wordy, and, you know, Jules kind of looked through and gave me some great tips on how to make it more appealing and capture people's attention, and also then just been able to work with Sinclair to get other options for a book like a boss, and, you know, be able to have that one-stop when they come to the website that they can book me, and that's been so helpful. Even just down to the lighting in the room here, the camera, lots of great tips on how to sort of present ourselves in the best possible way. When I saw that all of it was online, it was a consideration for me as to whether it would be as impactful as a face-to-face kind of course. I was so surprised to see just how much connection you can make with people on Zoom, how impactful it can be. I mean, we've had some amazing moments of, just the energy that's there between us all, and like being really, really impacted by stuff that people have shared, and it's as if you're sitting in the room with them. That's how palpable the energy has been, and it's been brilliant for me because, especially with COVID as well, a lot of people are having to take their businesses online. So for me, I get to see firsthand how impactful it can be to be coached and coach online, and to run courses online, and to know, it's as good, it's as good as being in the class. What I love about this course is there are so many ways that you can deliver this message, this understanding. And because, again, there's such a diverse group of people, that you get to see how all of those different ways can be as impactful. So it gives you a chance to experiment a little bit in how you might deliver this and see what feels right for you. I don't know how I can do justice to this. I'm afraid, in case I don't do justice to Jules and yourself. She just has the most beautiful heart and the most beautiful presence. And even though I've never physically stood beside her, it exudes out of her. When we have our one-to-ones, she's so understanding, so compassionate. She just can kind of zoom back and see the whole picture of where any sort of issues that I feel I have, she kind of can take that zoom back and just really meet me in that space and be so compassionate and so understanding. And she's certainly helped me see beyond a lot of my insecurities. And with yourself, you have such a diverse kind of understanding of this, because you seem like that to have studied so many different modalities also, and that's where it was really great that anything I seem to bring to you, you have an understanding, and you always help me to unify what one understanding sees to another. So that's been really, really helpful. And again, you just have this kindness and a compassion as well, that no question is wrong or silly, or you have a way, especially the two of you then together, you just bring this warmth and such a safe space for people to learn and to grow in. The one thing I absolutely love about it is that there's nothing, I can ask any question using any kind of words, and I'm never made to feel that I'm saying the wrong thing or thinking the wrong thing. It's like in some other courses, I kind of felt myself quite guarded on the language that I would use and that kind of stuff, where I never feel that. I can ask any question, I can say it in whatever way, and I know it won't be the words you pick up on. You get sort of where I'm coming from. You seem to be able to see where I'm coming from and give a a perspective that really ends up making it so easy for me to understand, and again to unify all that I've seen in the past or learned. A deep understanding of the human experience, who we are, and why I understand so much better why I am as I am. And it helps me to love myself more, because I get it, you know, like life can be so beautiful, but it hurts a lot as well, you know, and those wounds can they definitely shape you. And what I've found with this is that there's a lot of healing has happened for me by being able to understand even just the people who did the hurt. I feel so much compassion, and where before there was anger, there was, you know, I couldn't understand how some people behaved in the world. And it's just really, really helped me to have that deep understanding that we are all doing the best that we can. And that when we get to see the truth of who we are, it's just magical and life-changing. And this course gives you that chance to reflect, to sit in this feeling at times. There's been so many times throughout the course where we've gotten to experience, as close as you can get, to that pure consciousness that we all talk about and we all try to explain. And we've experienced that in moments throughout the course. And I mean, if I can give that in any way to other people, like that's just going to be like amazing and the best money ever spent. You know, to have the embodied experience of this pure consciousness and create any kind of a space for other people to experience it. Like it's life-changing, it really is. And you create that space so many times throughout the course of just that pure stillness, that deep, loving oneness. Like we literally melt into each other. I mean, you know, and we're not even in the same room. Like, you know, it's just amazing. Yeah. If I could say to anybody who's considering doing the course, it is worth it for the learning you do about yourself, the insights that you get, the way it changes without you doing anything. You just seem to change how you are in the world. It's like, it's not even just about sharing this with other people, you know, that's the bonus as well, but to get from the course for yourself. Certainly what I got from the course, like, you know, I would have no hesitation in recommending this to anybody who just wants a deeper understanding of who they are and how they behave in the world, how they show up in the world, how the things that, you know, you might feel have really, really hurt you, how that can, like, it literally, you can heal that throughout this time in the course if you give yourself that gift of doing the course, for sure. Yeah, it's just such a beautiful opportunity to experience what we read in books, you know, what we've heard other people speak about. There seems to be moments, for sure, where you fully get to experience that, and you know, it really is it is life-changing and transformative. It's all those things we hear other people say, like it is true, it does happen to you.